South-East Queensland is in the grip of one of the most severe weather systems in a decade. That's how authorities are describing the flooding emergency from the Wide Bay to New South Wales. Tonight, major flood warnings are in place for the Mary River, the Logan River and also the Laidley and Lockyer Creeks. Already, dozens of people have been rescued from cars and off roofs. Alison Horn begins our coverage of a rapidly escalating situation.
An ocean of water trapping Queenslanders in their homes.
We've got a bag packed and some emergency supplies, and we've got a ladder to the roof if needs be. If we can't get out, we have to get on the roof.
This is the view from Carolyn Clark's house at Kin on the Sunshine Coast hinterland. Parts of the region have copped more than 400 millimetres of rain since midnight, and the water is continuing to rise.
It's the night time. The night time is frightening because you can't see where the water is, and it's pitch black around here. So my biggest concern would be this evening when we lose light.
Creeks have transformed into raging rapids.
I'm standing on top of our driveway. As you can see, there's quite a torrent there. We got evacuated last night. We stayed in the caravan. Very scary, very noisy.
The astronomical downpour has caused a major emergency, with flood alerts for towns along the 300-kilometre stretch of the Mary River.
Mary River is full on flooding. They have pulled out the tiny home, everything that was over there earlier with the tractor, but they have left a shipping container of marquee and plants. Poor people. They were new people to the community.
Tonight, serious fears are held for residents of Gympie in the Wide Bay.
With Gympie expected to exceed the major flood level and exceed levels that have not been seen since February of 1999.
Business owners in the CBD are preparing for devastation, shutting shop and clearing out before the forecast inundation arrives.
It appears that the flood might be the biggest we've ever had, so that's quite likely to be, in excess of 18 metres. That will bring it into town for sure. And this building here that we're in, the last time it flooded like that, it was up to the ceiling, so it's going to be pretty horrific.
Visitors too are seeking higher ground.
I think I'll probably just go into the industrial estate somewhere high and just chill.
This is a serious event. It is a life-threatening event.
On the Sunshine Coast, there was a panicked awakening for the residents of this van, who were rescued in darkness as it was submerged.
Just water everywhere you looked, and then the creeks around us in like a U shape, and it's running really fast, and I'm looking and I'm thinking, well, my husband doesn't swim.
As the rain continued to pummel the southeast, vehicles were caught in the flash flooding.
My lovely little car was only a year old, it hasn't had a scratch on it. I was so proud. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen.
The might of Mother Nature is not over yet. As night falls and the rain continues, authorities are pleading with Queenslanders to stay vigilant. Alison Horn, ABC News.
And Ashley Theodoro joins us from Cooroy on the Sunshine Coast now. Ash, what are the conditions like there now?
Jess, it's still raining here where I am fairly lightly, and the floodwaters around town have receded a lot for now. But just in the last few minutes, the main street here in Cooroy all lost power. Just before I came on air, it restored, but a sign of just how much rain this region has had overnight and all through today. But authorities, as we've heard, are really concerned about further north from here around Gympie, and that's because the Mary River is at about 17 metres and it continues to rise. The Bureau is predicting it may even exceed the February 1999 level of 21.95 metres. And if it does exceed that, that will be the highest level since the late 1880s. So definitely an anxious night for Gympie residents.
And Ash, roads are still cut there too?
That's right, Jess. The Bruce Highway is cut in parts, and a lot of local roads around this whole region remain cut. Even ones that are open, authorities are warning that it won't take much, just another heavy downpour for them to be closed again. So they're really urging residents to please stay off the road if they can and to not drive through floodwaters.
Ashley Theodoro, thank you. The Lockyer Valley has again been hit by major flooding, bringing back memories of the deadly deluge that hit towns like Grantham in 2011. Rescuers battled challenging weather conditions to help stranded residents.
Flooding in Grantham again. The town that was devastated in 2011 is the scene of another unfolding disaster.
We have 6 persons sheltering on the roofs of houses. We have dispatched Rescue 500, the helicopter, to assist with that.
Flood cameras showed how quickly the water rose at Grantham Rail Bridge.
A lot of water through there, between Grantham and Placid Hill. The cafe is about half underwater from the photos I've seen, and obviously a few of the houses have probably got water through it.
There certainly are community members in our region that still haven't fully recovered from 2011 and 2013, so it's a very sensitive time.
Jean and Lloyd Waugh rode out the 2011 flood on their roof at Helidon. This time they tried to drive to higher ground but didn't make it, rescued from their stranded car.
We tried to leave our house and vehicle stalled and we were stuck.
Nearby, huge volumes of water flowed through Withcott at the bottom of the Toowoomba range. Homeowners in low-lying areas told to evacuate as rivers rose rapidly.
This is one of the most severe weather systems that we've seen in South-East Queensland in the last decade.
Rapids formed in Toowoomba, rivers running through parks. On the Western Downs, water came over the floorboards on this rural property. Farmers at Mooney had to drive their tractor to higher ground, while some decided to take risks in Laidley.
The vast majority of people who end up in trouble are because they make the bad choice at the time where they could make a better choice.
In Samford, northwest of Brisbane, aged care nurse Christina Falk came home to find her father's shed swamped by floodwater. He's in Hobart for his birthday.
I just kind of asked what they want me to do, but there's not really much we can do anymore. Hope it doesn't go any higher.
In nearby Dayboro, loyal customers laid sandbags at this cafe to protect it from a rising creek.
It was coming down pretty hard and it touched our back deck, so that's when we kind of had to ramp it up. And we've got fireys here, we've got mums here, we had people with no shoes on, we had everybody.
More than 100 millimetres have also been recorded in parts of Brisbane, the Gold Coast and the Southern Downs, and emergency services have responded to almost 1,000 calls for help. Authorities haven't ruled out flooding in Brisbane, with more heavy rain expected tomorrow. Toby Joes Lewis, ABC News.